Hello. Hello. I hope you guys can hear me. That would always be a good thing. I'm wearing headphones, which is weird because usually I'm not out in my yard wearing headphones. But I am. I'm in my backyard for those of you that don't know. Anyhow, let's see who shows up. We'll give you a few minutes. La 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 la. Let's see. La la la. No one here yet. That kind of stinks. I'd like some people to show up. It's a weird time, so maybe some people are eating or whatever. I don't know. Ba 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 ba. If you're here, say hello. Use the chat. What's up, guys? How are you? I got two of my football boys with me. I got Andre, and I don't know who DJ Little Man is. So, hey, Isaiah, what's up? All right, so good. I got kind of a mix here. I got some of my students. I got some of my players. And I got Isaiah, who's both, and I got Gabby. I got Eddie now. What's up? I got Danny. What's up? Andre, captain of my football team here. Spoiler alert, Dre, you're my captain. What's up, Jackson? How are you? Welcome to my live stream, Andre, because you've never been here before. Pretty much everyone else has been to some of my live streams. Um, I'm in my backyard getting hyped for the season to start. I'm also killing mosquitoes. That's what I was just doing. Um, hey, Caitlin. So, my live stream is part of my show is the podcast, and that's out. Isabella, ¿qué pasa? Wow, Isabella, really, that's one of my classics. My podcast is out. It's called Schooled by Mr. Bascom, and I hope you guys are subscribing. Thank you, Isabella. And I worked really hard on it. I've had the idea for a while now, and oh, Isaiah, you're welcome, man. I got your message. But as far as the podcast, again, Schooled by Mr. Bascom, it's an idea that I've been thinking about for a while. And about 4 months ago, I talked to a former student of mine, and we really, talked about how we want this to work, and we made a video element for it. I made six of them, and I interviewed six different students from over the years. And this past week, I decided I had a little extra time on my hands to release the audio and make it into a podcast, an audio podcast. Now, I know most of you probably don't listen to podcasts. I listen to podcasts all the time. I drive a lot to work. I drive a lot to get to football. So I put out this podcast. And I think it's a really interesting way for young people to kind of learn from people that have been through what they're going through right now, whether you're in middle school or in high school or just getting into the real parts of your life. I think there's a lot to learn from people that have been in your shoes. And, it's funny. Like I have Isabella here, and Isabella is this wonderful, beautiful young lady who 8 years ago was in my class and had her challenges then and overcame them, and now is trying to do something positive with herself, and that's awesome. And I think interviewing people like that will really help some of you, that are still younger, still going through it. So that sometimes I know you feel lost or frustrated or confused, and I think it can really help you. Hey, Nora, thank you. I'm glad. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Again, it is called Schooled by Mr. Bascom. I'm going to type it in the chat right now. In fact, if one of you could type it, that would save me a minute, but I'm going to try and type while I talk. And it's available on Apple, and it's available on Spotify. And yeah, if you guys can give me a second, I can try and do that while I'm talking to you. So I'm going to click down here to my podcast. And yeah, that's a good idea. Thank you for saying that. Let's see, copy the link. Boom. Here's the link. Boom. All right. So hopefully that you guys will stay interested in it and watch and learn. And who knows, in a few years, maybe I can interview some of you. Hey, Adriana, how are you? Sammer, you can see the link okay? Let me know. It's something I'm really excited about, and it's been pretty cool. It's been out for about 24 hours now, and hopefully you guys follow it. I say subscribe, and that's more for YouTube thing, but follow the podcast. I know, again, if you don't listen to podcasts, still follow it. It gets me some views, it gets me some hits, and hopefully that it increases attention. But I hope you do listen. There's another one up. I'm going to try to put on another one. Not too soon. I want this one to get out there a little bit first and for people to get a feel for what it's like. And like I said, I've recorded six. And if people are paying attention and watching, then I'll put out more. That's the plan. You know, the first six, like I said, were former students, and it's really kind of just talking about where they're at now. For the future episodes, what I'm planning on doing is really kind of having a theme. Like I have a lot of former players and some current players. Like if Andre, if you're still here, um, talking about how maybe school and sports kind of brings you to where you want to go, or has brought you to where you are if you're a little bit older. I might want to talk about adversity, some of the challenges you face. Maybe I've had a couple of students that I interviewed that were in the military, one in the Air Force, another in the Army. Maybe how that affects you. Maybe your views on current events. Maybe your views on COVID. Those are some of the things that I'm looking at for the future. Um, Part of it is kind of talking about your experience in school and maybe your experience in my class. You know, Angel, the first student that I interviewed, he spent a lot of time talking about me, and it was really cool, and it made me feel very special and appreciated. But that's it's not going to just be about how awesome Mr. Bascom is, although I think I'm pretty awesome. But I'm hoping it's just a way for you know the current person that I'm interviewing to kind of look back and reflect, but hopefully, like I said, for current students or newer uh, people, younger people to kind of see somebody who's been through what they're going through. Right now, there's no video podcast released yet. All right, I'm going to put out the video version of the first audio podcast soon, and I'll be on my YouTube channel, on this channel here if you're watching. But I need you guys to spread the word. All right, I'm a relatively bright guy, but I'm not very good on social media. I still put up links on Instagram, and then you can't click on Instagram, so I'm kind of goofy there. And you have to put the link in the bio, and then sometimes people don't check the bio. So please do me a favor. If you watched it, if you listened to it and you liked it, or if you like me, or you like the idea of, you know, hearing from former students, hearing from young people in the Bronx, please share it, get it out there. Like not everybody's gonna, it's not gonna be everybody's cup of tea, but I think it might help a lot more people than you think. So definitely, I want you to share it out there. I really appreciate all the positive responses I've been getting already. Those of you that say it's great, leave a positive review on not just on this channel, but on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, any place that you're listening. I think that's going to really draw people listening. It was kind of cool. Like after 24 hours, you can kind of look in the analytics and see who's been listening. And I actually had somebody listening in Croatia, and I have a feeling I know who that is. I had a former student who moved back to Eastern Europe, so that's pretty cool if that person was able to find a few minutes in their day to listen, and I hope that's you. But I just really wanted to get that out there. Another thing I'm really excited about is football. Tomorrow is the first day of practice for my football team at Columbus High School, and we are the Columbus Blue Steel. And I'm going to be there tomorrow by 7:45 in the morning, and our first practice officially begins by 8:30. And I'm really excited about that. I love football, and my wife's making goofy faces at me. And I really love football, and I'm just excited. I think we got a good squad. We didn't get to play last year, but a lot of those boys led by Andre and Jamari and Darren and Jay-Z and Roland and so many others have been regularly working out and grinding and putting in their time. And then the last month and a half, I've had guys like Isaiah and Justin Udo have been coming out and putting in work and trying to get better and better and better and starting to think about not how I can be great, but how we can be great. And that's one of the things I love about football. Football is truly a team sport. Most other sports, one or two guys can carry a team, but football doesn't work that way. Football, everyone's got to do their part, even the last guy on the bench to the guy who doesn't come off the field. Isabella, I'd love you to come out there, but I've seen pictures of you. I think you would distract my whole team. So, and plus, what are you, 21? You should try. I saw a documentary this week on semi-professional women's football, which I thought was pretty cool. I thought I think it was on Netflix, and it was called Born to Play, and it was fantastic. So I don't know how serious you were or not, Isabella, but there's professional football out there for women, and I watched it with Kylie, and I thought it was fantastic. Those women grind, and they're good. They're not just like, throw the ball. That was not them. They were working hard. So Noah Cabrera, ¿qué pasa, man? What's up, Noah? And I'm looking through the chat here. I need some questions or comments. Right now, it looks like I only have 7 people live here with me. I know it's kind of weird time of day. Some people are at dinner or some people are out doing whatever they're doing. But if you're here and you got a question, put it up. If you don't have a question, stick around for a little bit longer because soon I'm going to have dinner. But I would love to hear from a few of you. But the two things I want you walking away from this podcast, today's live stream with, is I want you um, subscribing and following my podcast, Schooled by Mr. Bascom. And once again, I'll put the link up there. And the other thing is football. Like, I'm really excited for Columbus Blue Steel to get back out on the field. And our season starts September 18th. We're going to have a scrimmage, at least one scrimmage before then. But I'm hoping you guys, whether you go to Columbus or not, or any of the Columbus affiliated schools or not, I hope you support us and you come out and, and support football in general, football in the Bronx. I want you guys up by 8 a.m. I want you, Isaiah, by 8 a.m. All right? Because there's a lot of paperwork we got to go through. There's a lot of equipment we got to go through. There's a lot of preparation. So I want you guys, if you can be there at 8 o'clock, that's the time I want you there. I don't watch The Flash. I've heard it's good. I don't know. I watch the Marvel stuff more. I started watching What If the other day. I didn't love Loki. I liked Falcon and Winter Soldier, and I liked WandaVision, but I haven't watched Flash. I heard it is good. Gabby, good luck at the airport. So hopefully everyone's being sane and not doing anything crazy. I hear these terrible stories in the news about people losing their mind because they got to wear a mask or they got to wait a few minutes. So be patient. Anyhow, questions, comments, wonderings. Please, 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 if you have subscribed or following me through my podcast, Schooled by Mr. Bascom, please leave a positive review. If you can type something, that'd be great, or at least give me a 5-star. I really need those things. Even if you didn't listen to the whole thing yet. I know it's 38 minutes long. I hope you listen to all of it when you get a minute, but I really want those 5-star reviews. I really want as many followers and subscribers as possible to this channel. And it's also on Anchor. It's also on Spotify. It's also on Apple. And the more positive reviews I get and the more listeners I get, the more I can do with it. So I'm really looking forward to that. Can you guys hear me okay? I can't hear myself. It's kind of weird wearing the headphones. I feel like my ears just pop. So can you hear me okay? The camera looks good. I got the new MacBook Air, so that looks good. All right, cool. But spread the word, Noah. Get your parents to listen and subscribe. Get your cousins to subscribe, get your friends to subscribe, all those people. That's kind of what I'm looking for. That would be really cool. Imagine I got 350 something subscribers on YouTube. So I would love to get 1,000. That would be really cool. And you guys are kind of the key to that happening. Guys, if there aren't any other questions or anything, I'm going to end this. It's been about 13 minutes or so. It's been fun. It was good connecting. Isabella, I don't know if you're still there, but it's so cool that you showed up, and I'm so proud of you, and I'm so happy that you kind of are supportive. It's been years since I taught you, but I still always hear from you, whether it's on social media or something like today. So I appreciate you, and I appreciate all of you that found a little time in your Sunday afternoon to check in. All right, guys. I'm going to call it, and I hope you're having a great rest of the summer. I'll do this again. This week's going to be tough because I'm going to be busy with football, but next weekend I'll be out there. All right, guys. I'm done. Be good.